Hello and welcome to Positive Life Principles. I'm Carol Ladd and I'm glad you've joined me here today. Just recently in the news, we saw 33 miners that were rescued from deep within the Earth's surface, a half mile down. They had been there for 10 weeks waiting to be rescued. And we saw with joy as they arrived on the surface and were greeted with their family and friends. It was a glorious day, wasn't it? Well, I think about how despairing it must have been to be down in that pit, especially when they didn't know that there was any hope. There was a certain amount of days where they didn't even know if they would be rescued, and I think how easy it could have been to despair. But then hope broke through. They were able to know that those on the surface had found them. And the people on the surface were working, although it took a long time, they were working every day to get to them. And then they lived with hope, knowing that one day they would be reunited with their friends. Well, I think about Paul and the Apostle Paul and how he could find hope even in the midst of his difficulties and his suffering, because he knew that there were greater days ahead. I read in Colossians where he said, "Now I rejoice in what was suffered for you." How can a person rejoice in what was suffered? Well, the only way I can see it is that Paul knew that he was strengthened by Christ, but he also knew that there were greater days ahead, that he looked forward to the hope he had in heaven, that this life was not all there was. Just like the miners who knew that they weren't going to be there in that pit forever, and they were able to look forward to better days ahead. Paul ended this passage in Colossians by saying, "Christ in you, the hope of glory." And certainly that is the hope that we can have as we look forward to being with Christ one day in heaven. As followers of Christ, his Spirit lives within us. He gives us hope every day. He gives us strength to make it through those difficult times. And we look forward to one day being with Christ in heaven face to face. So Christ in you, the hope of glory. Allow that to strengthen you today as you look forward to the future, as you look forward to being with Christ in heaven. But as you journey through your life here, recognizing that your suffering continues to mature you and grow you, and that you are not alone, that Christ is there helping you all along the way. And so, allow those words, Christ in you, the hope of glory, to give you strength for today. I look forward to seeing you next week at Positive Life Principles, and I hope that you have a great week. Thank you.